Okay, today we're going to do 2-7 measures of central tendencies. You guys have done these a million times, but we're going to go over them again. Okay, just a refresher to let you guys remember how to do it. Okay, so remember the mean is the same as the average. Okay, and when we take the average of something, we add up the data and divide it by the total number of data items. It's just taking the average of something. If there is an outlier, outliers go with the average. Outlier just means a data item that's much larger or smaller. Much larger, I'm just going to put up, or smaller than the rest of the data. Okay? So mean is one. Median, it's just like the middle of the road. It's called a median. Okay? When the numbers are in, it's the middle value. It's the middle value. Whoops. When data's in numerical order. You have to put them in order first. Whoa, I cannot write today. Numerical order. Sometimes I say numerical. I don't know. Numerical order. Okay. Mode is the thing that happens the most frequently, the data that happens the most frequently. Okay, again, I'll show all this. Range is the range. Hold on just a second. My mom is texting me and okay, so range is the difference. So you subtract the biggest number, the smallest number from the difference. Difference of the largest and smallest number. Okay? So that's just a little refresher. Let me take both of these off. Okay. So let's just do one example. We're going to find everything. Mean, median, mode, range, and we're going to do a stem and leaf plot too. Okay, so here's our data. 5.2, 5.1, 4.7, 4.9, 5.7, 3.9, 6.1, and 5.1. That's our data. Okay, to find the mean, we just add them up. You can do it in your calculator. You add them all up and you should get 40.7, I believe. Okay, and then you divide it by how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 of them. And so the average or the mean is 5.09, or I would just accept 5.1 would be fine. Okay, the median. Okay, so with the median, they need to be in order. So you got to write them in order. So 3.9, 4.7, it helps just to write them in order to start. When you look at it in your book and you write it down, I would just write them in order to start. And then go back and count and make sure you wrote them all. A lot of times people get them wrong because they didn't write them all down. Okay, so the median is the numbers that are just in the middle. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So these two numbers are in the middle. Since they are the same number, the median is just 5.1. If they were different numbers, then you'd have to find the middle of them. So if this was 50 and this was 50, or if this was 5 and this was 5.2, then it'd be 5.1. You take the average of what's in the middle. Okay, if there was just one number in the middle, if it was an odd number, then it would just be that number. Okay, the mode, now with mode, you could have none, you could have one, or you could have many modes, okay? And I'll kind of explain that. This one, remember, mode is just the one that shows the mode, that comes up the most. So this one is 5.1, because all of these are just once, and 5.1 is twice, okay? If all of them are the same, so if there was only one 5.1, you would say there's none, okay? Now, if there was another 5.2, you would say 5.1 and 5.2. There could be more than one mode, all right? Or there could be no mode. Range, you just take the biggest number, which is 6.1, and subtract the smallest number, which is 3.9. And you get what? No, that's not right. Okay, 6.1, I'll just do it because what I have down is not correct. Oh, I guess it is 2.2. I did not think that was right. Okay, so 2.2. Okay, so now you're in your book, it might ask you what is the best representative of this data. Okay, well, it's all around the 5 mark. So all of these, so you could say mean, median, and mode. The range would be a no, because that doesn't really give you a good data point or whatever. So any of those answers would be fine. All right. So now we're gonna do we're gonna do a stem and leaf plot. Stem and leaf plot. Okay, so with that, so on your homework you have to make a stem and leaf plot, and then you also have to use a stem and leaf plot that they give you. We're still going to use the same data that we just used, the 5.2 and all that. Okay, so how you do it is you make this little thing like that. Oh boy, well, that's fine. Okay, and what you want, since it's 5.2, oh, actually the smallest number is 3.9, so you start with well, it doesn't matter. We'll start with the 3 down here. So you would say 3.9, and then 4, there's a 0.7 and a 0.9, so you kind of put it over here. 5, this is the data we were just using. There's 2 ones, and this is just a different way. If you have a ton of numbers, it's just a different way to write it. Okay, and then 6, 1. That's how you would write a stem and leaf plot for what we just did. Okay, the data that we just had. Okay, and I'm going to show you a double one here in a minute. But let's say the number was 3.75. Okay, you only want to have one number over here on the right or on the left, which I'll show you in a minute. So you would put 3.7 and then 5 over here. And then if you had 3.76, and you'd put a 6 right here. And then if you had 2.9, then you'd put 2.93, you'd put 2.93 like that. Okay, and if, let's say over here you just had the number 7, you would just put 7 there. Okay, I think you only have 1 or 2 of those on your assignment. So what I do want to show you is a double one. So if we're actually, well, I'll go ahead and do this. So, because sometimes they will give you a stem and leaf plot, and you have to come up with the mean, median, and mode from it. So this one is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is 0, 2, 2, 7, 8, 8. And this is 278. Oh no. Oh goodness, I hate it when it does that. Okay, sorry about that. So we have 4.1302278, and then we have 7, 8, and then we have, and I'll tell you what all these mean here in just a second. 3, 3, 8, 9, and 3, 1, 1, 4. So again, so this is actually miles in a city. And so this is 2 things of data, and then miles in a highway is what this is. Okay, so this is showing you 2 different things of data, sets of data. Okay, so if you were to write these out, so if I said find the mean, median, mode, and range of these, you would have to go like this, and you do have to do one of these. So city would be 19. See, I got the 1 and the 9. And then there would be 20 and then 23. There's two 23s. There's a 28, a 29, okay, because the city's over here to the left. And then there's a 31, a 31, and a 34. And then there's not a 40. Okay, we just leave it. It's just a 4 over here. Okay, and then we're not going to actually find the mean, median, mode, and range, but the highway would be, this is like how many miles you get to the gallon or something. 27, 28, 30, 32. There's two 32s. There's a 37. There's two 38s. And then there's a 41. So do you guys see this? This is 41, 30, 32, 32. That's where I'm getting those. Okay, so when you have to use that, that's what it's talking about. Okay, I have one more. Hang with me. I have one more problem. This one, I like this problem, so you will probably have it again. Okay, so if you have this data, 99, 86, 76, 95, and X. And we know the mean is 91. Then we need, so remember, mean is the average. And then we have to find X. So remember, average, we just add them up, divide by the total number. So we're just going to add 99 plus 86 plus 76 plus 95 plus X. Put that X in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's 5 things of data. And it's going to equal 91. Because remember, the mean is just the average. So we already know what that is. So when we add that up, we should get 356 plus X over 5. Now this has just become one of your two-step equations. Okay? See, it never goes away. So you got to get those two-step equations. This is divided by 5, so we multiply by 5. Okay, these cancel. You're left with 356 plus X equals 455. Okay, so now we're here. We have to do our next step. We subtract 356. Okay, and you should get 99. So X equals 99. So what it's saying is, with these group of numbers, in order to get a mean of 91, that X has to be 99. And you can tell it at least makes sense. If you got like 150 as your answer, you might want to check that. Okay, and then here you go. Don't be mean, be above average.